Hello and welcome to the next episode in the CPFT video series, Coping with Worry, Anxiety and Depression. This is episode 3, Managing Anxiety, part 1, Helpful and Unhelpful Worry. My name is Liz Dolman, Senior Clinician for the Cambridge Psychological Wellbeing Service. In this first video, looking at coping with anxiety and worry, we're going to explore what is worry and why do we have worry. We'll make the distinction between helpful and unhelpful worry. We'll consider the difference between them and we'll introduce the worry tree to help us effectively deal with worrying thoughts. Next, we will discuss briefly strategies to help manage worry, which will be explored further in future videos, and we'll end by looking at changing the focus of our attention. What is worry? Why do we worry? Worry can be defined as a chain of thoughts and images that moves quickly. It helps us to solve problems and it sees potential barriers. It commonly consists of what-if questions. In uncertainty, worry helps us to think ahead and imagine what could happen before it does. It helps us to figure out the worst and the most dangerous scenario quickly. Worry can have an adaptive function, acting as an alarm to potentially serious threats. So when does worry become a problem? We say that worry becomes a problem when it stops you from living the life you want to live, or if it leaves you feeling demoralised and exhausted. Normal worry helps you to get what you want. It helps you to solve the problems in your life. But intense, excessive worry leaves you feeling demoralised, upset or exhausted. It will get in the way of living the life you want to lead. Helpful worries move you towards actions that help you change your situation. Have a look at these 3 examples. In these situations, we recognise the problem and take action to do something about it. This reduces the risk of situations becoming more complex, and it helps us to think and behave more proportionally. We can have helpful worries, but we can have them at the wrong time, and they can interfere with important things we want to do, such as socialising with friends and getting to sleep. Unhelpful worries can also be about things you can't control and you can't do anything about. It's useful to be able to recognise unhelpful worry. You can use the checklist to do so by asking the following questions. Is it a worry you have control over? Are you catastrophising? Lots of what-ifs. Is there evidence that this is linked to anything happening right now? Is it likely? Does it distract you from taking action about the immediate problem? Is it effective to be thinking this right now? When there is uncertainty, we tend to assume what happens will be negative. The worry chain is an example of how threatening the content of worry can become. So how do we learn to worry in a helpful way? The worry tree can be a helpful tool. Start by identifying the worry and ask the question, can I do anything about it? If you have no control over a situation, worrying about it will not get you anywhere positive, so we need to work on letting it go. Part of doing that is to actively refocus your attention on something else. These can be behaviours you like to do, such as hobbies or talking to someone. It might be relaxation exercises or meditation. You can also engage in distraction, diffusion and mindfulness, which are covered in parts 6, 7 and 8 respectively of this 3rd episode in the series. When you are paying attention to worry, if you decide you can do something about it, the next step is to identify if you can take action now, or if it's best left until later. If it is something best left until later, but you know you can deal with it, acknowledge you have a solution and change your focus of attention. If you find that the worry keeps coming back into your mind, it can be helpful to use a technique called worry time. This is explored in part 4 of this episode. If your worry is something you can do something about, and it is best dealt with straight away, then go ahead and do it. In order to help you, if you are struggling to identify the right solution, you can engage with problem solving. This is detailed in part 3. Finally, radical acceptance is when we accept we have a problem but no perfect solution to address it. But we're willing to accept and tolerate the difficult emotions and thoughts that this generates. Please do continue to listen to the next 7 parts of this episode to learn more about how to manage worry and anxiety. Thank you for listening. I would also like to thank all the other staff involved in the development of this video series, from the Psychological Wellbeing Service and Peterborough Exemplar Project for Cambridgeshire and Peterborough NHS Foundation Trust. Do subscribe to the CPFT YouTube channel to receive alerts when further videos are uploaded. And check out our website for more information at www.cpft.nhs.uk.